Good morning. This morning was supposed to be the beginning of a little bit of a DIY project that I want to do on one of those back walls over there, which includes peel and stick wallpaper. But for those of you who don't know, this is our fourth home that my husband and I have had, and it's a new build. It's a new build for a reason. The three homes that we had previous to this were fixer-uppers, to say the least. Let me just say that to this day, my husband and I can still not watch any DIY TV show in any form at all because we've tried and done so many projects that we were just literally, physically, and emotionally done. So with this new build, we were very excited to come in. We thought, clean slate, like literally. But after 3 years, if you're a DIYer, it's a little bit like having children. After a few years, the memories sort of trick you a little bit and you're like, it really wasn't that bad. I think I could go through that again. So I thought, this is a good time. I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 baby projects. I'm just going to dip my toe in before I start the wallpaper project. And with that, it's going to have some trim and all that good stuff. So anyway, I made my way to Lowe's and I thought, okay, super easy projects, just a couple of things to start to help make our home look like we don't rent it. So this was my first project. As you can see, it's still in the box. Now, I do a ton of ironing. So I have a cabinet that I put my iron in. My board kind of goes behind a door. But I thought, I can be a little bit more organized than this. And I want some sort of a, one place that I can put everything in for my little ironing station. So I've been on the hunt. I finally thought that I found this perfect one because it has, if you can see, the place to put your iron. It has the place to put actual water bottles, and then it has the ironing board hanger. Awesome, done. I brought it home. I went into the room that I want to put it in, and then I realized it actually has an over-the-door hanger. So I thought, okay, I'll try that first. I don't even have to deal with hanging it with, screws and whatnot. So I go to hang it up on the door, and we have really tall doors. So my iron was literally like 8 feet up in the air, and I thought, that's not going to work. So I pulled the little thing down. I thought, okay, no big deal. I was going to screw it into the walls anyway. But then, thankfully, because I have learned a few things over the years, I decided I might try this with my iron and ironing board before I actually start putting holes in my walls. So I go and I get it, and I grab my iron, which is a really good-sized iron, and I go to put it in this thing, and I'm holding it, and the iron just flops halfway out of it, and it's just hanging there, and it almost looks like it's going to fall out. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I have it angled wrong, and so I started kind of changing the degrees on it. Well, walls are straight, so what am I supposed to do with this thing? So no matter what I did, the iron kept flopping out of it. So I tried wrapping the cord different ways. I tried doing all these things. No matter what I did, the iron flapped out of it, and the cord would fall and just be hanging there. I don't want that hanging in any part of any of my house. So fail number 1, this is going back. Fail number 2 is right next to me. I decided that I was going to get a really low-cost kind of poster frame, and I needed to spray paint it because they only had black and I need a different color. And I was going to do a little project with this poster frame. Okay, great. So I go buy the spray paint. I'm all ready to go. I have some stuff outside. I'm ready to get it open so that I can start painting it, pull it apart. Well, I get all the plastic wrap off, and there's a huge gash in this. This is so cheap that it's actually plastic. It's not even glass because I didn't need a glass one for this project, and the stinking plastic's broken. So project number 2 getting returned. Now, here is project number 3, which I might be the most frustrated with. Now, these are just those little cube shelves. It's probably dry enough I can touch them now. They're just little cube shelves. You kind of hang them up. And I've had these for a bazillion years. I think I've actually had them since our first home. But of course, decor and styles change, and these were that really, really dark espresso brown, and they no longer work with anything in our home. So I thought I would repurpose them, and I would spray paint them white, and then maybe hang them in a bathroom and kind of use them to cute, you know, store toilet paper or little knickknacks or whatever. So I finally went to Lowe's. I got something because with all DIY projects, you want to do as little as possible. And this one says any angle, any surface, no sanding, rust protection, indoor and outdoor, and it's an all-in-one paint and primer. Perfect, because I didn't want to sand anything, I didn't want to touch anything, I didn't want to buy separate primer. So this has some big, bold claims, but I've used stuff like this before and it actually generally works. So I start spray painting these suckers, and let's see if I can get you close enough. Immediately, this starts happening. This is not the texture of the wood. This is actually the paint. It is basically bubbling up, and it is spotting, and it is running, which this stuff says, where does it say? No runs, no drips, no errors. I don't know about you, but these look like runs, drips, and errors to me. Not even sure if these are going to be usable or not, because they're really not worth the effort of getting sanding and stripping this paint back off. So if I can't get this done within a second coat and it's not going to cover this stuff evenly, then these are going to have to head to the trash. So that does it for my rant of the week. Instead of a DIY beginnings video, we're gonna have a DIY fails rant. So that leads me to the question of the day. What DIY projects have you tried and failed, big or small? And do you like to DIY at all, or have you learned your lesson and just go and buy something new? Now I'm gonna leave you all with this. There is a little bit of hope, literally. How cute is this pillow? I gave up and I ended up at Costco. Can you see this? How cute is that? It says Hope. Costco, this sucker was like under 20 bucks, and it's kind of the color of the season. It's that little chartreuse yellow color, and it says Hope. So there's hope, my friends. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be brave enough and I'm gonna try the wallpaper or not, but if I do, I'll probably record it and let you know how it goes. Till then, have a great week. See you soon.